Hey, how's it going, everyone? Glenn here, back for another week. Hope you all had a wonderful holiday weekend. I know technically today is still included, so hope you're spending time with the family. I'm thinking about, all the people who took the time to serve, preserve the freedoms that we have today, and so, yeah, great stuff. So, man, I can't believe that we're almost already to the end of May. Like, not even the last full week of May, but like the last, yeah, like we're already going to be hitting June coming up this weekend. So, crazy to think about just how quickly the year's been clipping along. So, I'm actually recording this video on Sunday. Normally, when I record these vlogs, I do them Monday morning or Monday early afternoon. So I just record them right before I upload them because I don't need to do anything as far as, or I haven't been doing anything as far as video editing goes when it comes to these. But I had some time on Sunday this afternoon, and I got some family stuff going on for Memorial Day tomorrow that I was just like, I'll just knock it out tomorrow and not have to worry about it tomorrow morning. So yeah, here we are now. So a lot been going on with the business lately. Very exciting stuff. Before I dive into that, I would just like to say a couple things about Memorial Days because I've had a lot of friends who have served in the military, and while I don't personally know anybody who lost their life during deployment or in combat or anything, I know I have a lot of friends who do have friends like that, and they've spoken to me about that. And I mean, if you're friends with them on Facebook, they post stuff all the time for Memorial Day or for like when their birthdays would have been, or when they're when they died and whatnot. So yeah, I mean it's quite a thing to think about. So I mentioned in my previous video that for the longest time I had thought about joining the military myself before ultimately deciding that I was being called to other pursuits and it wasn't a great fit for me. But I totally understand. Yeah, I just totally respect just a lot of the work that those guys do. And some of those guys, some of those military veterans that I met, I mean, just some of the coolest, most patriotic, most loving, down-to-earth people that you will ever meet. So, and I'm really happy that we live in a country where we decide to, make an effort to pay homage to that kind of stuff, to remember that, and, take some time out of your day, out of your year, especially if it's not like, something that impacts you directly, like if you don't have people or friends that who or relatives that serve in the military, taking some time out to be thankful for what they've done, for their service, and for how we don't always appreciate all the work that other people are doing out there that we don't have to do ourselves. So yeah, just good thing to reflect on, make you more thankful for where you're at. So yeah. Anyway, on to voiceover business. So like I said, a lot of stuff been happening recently. Even just in the last couple weeks, things have been really picking up for me. So this month of May, is going to be by a significant margin the most profitable month I've had as far as voiceover earnings go ever since I started. Like, I think probably several $100s at least more than I made previous months, which is, from where I'm at right now, I mean, it took me a long time just to start getting consistent paying gigs. So this has been a really, really exciting month to see. And you're not just watching my bank accounts bleed out anymore. We're actually starting to really slow the drip there, and it's starting to feel like I'm having actual business, like I have an actual job. So yeah, now that like a lot of the base work has been taken care of, which I've spoken about in previous videos, I just really have time to spend auditioning and doing actual work, and I'm starting to reap the rewards of that. So even though I said a while ago, I think it was a couple weeks ago, like I was really hoping to get away from doing more audiobooks just because they can be kind of a grind. They can be a ton of work. But I continue to pick up more in, sometimes it's not even books that I auditioned for. I mean, I've got a demo out on ACX, and people will come to me saying, hey, I like your demo, or, I've heard some of your stuff. I was wondering if you'd be interested in reading my book. And, I mean, at this stage, it's just I'm not in a position where I can turn down that kind of work. So, yeah, it's exciting that I'm continuing to get those kind of opportunities. And the more I do it, the better I get at doing it, and also the more patient I get with producing audiobooks. I mean, it's kind of like if you take up running, or you're trying to like train for a long distance race or something. I mean, it can be initially be a grind, just trying to get like those first couple miles down. But then, as you continue to do it, as you continue to practice, and your body becomes acclimated to that kind of training, I mean, you get into a rhythm, and it doesn't faze you as much anymore. And I'm starting to feel very much the same sort of thing happening with me in audiobooks lately. So that's a good thing too. And I mean, the books I'm working on right now, they still don't pay a ton of money. I mean, it's decent money for me right now, but yeah, I mean, if I were to, at the rates I'm working for audiobooks, if I were to do that kind of work 40 hours a week, I would be able to sustain my current cost of living and then some. So for me, it's just a good baseline to have and work up from. So, yeah, I mean, like, I've been thinking for a while, and, with June coming up, it'll be June, let me check my calendar. It's going to be the second a week from today. Yeah, second a week from today. So next Sunday is going to be June the 2nd. Next Monday, when I upload this, will be June the 3rd already. And I'm deciding to make it my goal for June that I want it to be the very first month that I make enough money to cover all my costs of living. That I want it to be my first month. I'll state this once again because I'm kind of fudging this up. I want it to be my first month that I actually turn a profit, where I'm able to exclusively through money from voiceover work to pay for all of my living expenses, pay for all my business expenses, and then some. And I think that I'm really on track to do that this upcoming month, and that's very exciting. So no more of the, the sort of quintessential starving artist motif anymore. Not for this guy. No, we're starting to really pick up, getting some consistent work, just making some clients and getting returning work from those people. And yeah, it's just really, it's just been so exciting. I just feel so incredibly blessed to be where I'm at right now. Like the fact that you go from, working a full-time job that you're not crazy about, just trying to start this new venture that you've never done a whole lot of work before, doing all this research about marketing, running a business, learning how to work your audio editing software and doing all this other stuff to the point where you're actually making enough money doing this that you can support your current standards of living. Like you can pay the rent, you can pay the bills, you can buy groceries every week, you can afford health care doing this stuff. Like that's just so crazy that I'm getting very close to reaching that point in my life, and I'm just so incredibly grateful that after all the work it's finally getting here. So yeah, it's really exciting. Once I get my baseline down, then it's all growth from there. Like everything's just downhill in a good way, like as in less resistance when you know what I mean. So yeah, and then thinking about a couple other goals I'm hoping to get going on with the biz. So I recently downloaded a new video editing software, which I haven't played around with. It was a new open source freeware program called OpenShot video editor that a guy I know who I've been working on a project with recommended to me. So I decided to check that out. And like I said, haven't played around with it too much, but I'm hoping that next week I will be recording this weekly vlog through that instead of through an outdated copy of Windows Movie Maker that I found off of a website, like an old, circa Windows Vista video editing software, hoping to, finally move into 2019 with some of my video editing stuff. And that'd be fun too if I can learn a bit more about video editing and maybe, put some more content up on this channel, do a little bit more with the editing aspect, the production quality. So yeah, we'll see where that goes. Another thing I'm looking to put together is a lot of folks, friends I know in the voiceover industry, a lot of folks have not just demos of their work, but like video demos. So if they have like a commercial demo, they actually have, video commercials to go along with the demo. And sometimes it's from commercials that they actually voiced. And other times, somebody just takes components from, actual commercials that air that, are just fair use public access off of YouTube and, splice something together with your voice as the backing. And that would be a really cool thing to put together. I'm thinking that'll probably be one of my next big marketing projects that I work on, because it would just be really nice to have that for my YouTube channel, for some of the website platforms that I'm on, some of the freelance sites that I can go for. Just really, it's good enough to have a demo, but when you have a video demo, that just really stands out. And people like to see, like to hear your voice, but then also see, the animation or see, the stuff going along with it. Just makes you stand out that much more. And then on top of that, just looking to crank out more audiobooks, keeping going with this. So I'm not sure if I mentioned it in any previous videos that I've done, but like Audible has a program where if you've got 25 books that you've narrated as an audiobook producer, if you've got 25 books on the marketplace, then you can apply to Audible to become what they call, I believe the term is Audible Approved Producer. And that way, when people are looking for, authors are looking for people to read their books, you show up with a little check mark next to your name. So it's like, okay, not only is this a guy who's, in our voice bank, who's, got such and such work, but we've actually gone through, we as a company have gone through and, given a little check mark to verify that, this guy puts out good work, he's put his time in. And I think that'll just really help me to stand out above the crowd and hopefully, start getting more books and hopefully better quality, higher paying books as well. So, just laying those bricks, putting in your time so that you have the portfolio to be able to display to people, start building up from where you've been to get those better gigs, better paying jobs. So yeah, wow, I think this might be my longest video so far. But yeah, like a lot of good stuff, happening in the world. So very exciting, good time to be alive, good time to be into voiceover. So yeah, life is good right now. All right, that's all I got. I will follow up with you guys next week. Have a good one. Take care.